Hi, good afternoon. My name is Carla Yamas. What's your name?
My name is Isabel.
Hi, Isabel. Thank you for coming in today. I just wanted to start off by talking about a couple things. I know that in the front desk they had you sign a form. That is our informed consent form. Did you have any questions about that?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. There are a couple things that I wanted to go over for that form, just some major aspects of it. One of the things is that we do sometimes record our sessions and we just use those recording for educational purposes only. But please let me know if that's something that you're not comfortable with, and we can definitely have that conversation, okay? And then also for our informed consent, it's essentially you're agreeing to engage in our services and in our agency. And if you ever want to revoke that consent form, you can do so freely, okay? And then I also want to touch on confidentiality. So anything that you say will stay between us in this room. This is a safe space for you to be able to share um, stuff that you wouldn't necessarily share with other people. However, because of our laws, there are a couple confidentiality rules that I have to abide by. One of them being if there is any abuse or neglect to a child or elder. I am a mandatory reporter, so I will have to report that. However, I do want to practice transparency with you. And so if that time comes, I will definitely have that conversation with you beforehand. And then, secondly, if you are um, seriously thinking about harming yourself or anybody else, then that is also something that I would have to report and possibly bring in some extra support. Okay. So, besides that, Isabel, can you tell me a little bit about what brings you in today?
So I thought I should seek out therapy just because some problems I'm having recently. I've been feeling anxious. I can't focus, and it's ultimately causing me to have some self doubts. That's what brought me into it.
Okay. Can you tell me just a little bit about what's going on in your life that's making you feel anxious, or is there a specific trigger that you're finding?
I am currently a project manager, and it is a very stressful environment. I, with the anxiety, I just can't focus, and it's been impacting my work. I'm missing deadlines, and having that extra stress is bringing me chest pains, um, and I can't focus much on work.
Okay. So, Isabel, typically the way that I like to engage in my sessions with clients is that I definitely want to hear more about what brings you in and some of the issues that you're having. And we'll kind of outline some goals for you that we can both work on as we progress. But I also just want to get to know you. This is our first session. Is it okay with you if maybe we take a step back from um, just the specifics of what brought you in today and just let me learn a little bit more about you as a person? Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. So I know that you had mentioned a lot of anxiety or stress, specifically with chest pains. Do you have any medical issues or any background that I should know about?
Um, any medical issues? No, well, previously I used to smoke quite a bit. And recently with all the added stress, I've been wanting to indulge a little bit in smoking that way so I can relieve some stress for myself.
Okay. And can I just clarify on what specific substance you're smoking or wanting to engage in?
Yes. So previously I was smoking marijuana, and well, like I had mentioned, all the added stress, I want to smoke marijuana again just to relieve some of the stress that I'm feeling. Um, and ultimately, I don't want to go back to that.
Okay. And when's the last time that you had smoked marijuana?
I would say it was maybe like 2 years back.
That's amazing. That's a lot of progress. 2 years is a long time to go without smoking. Would you say that that was something that you struggled with in the past?
I would completely say it's something that I struggled. It impacted my everyday life. It wasn't. just to stress. I feel like I needed it pretty often, so I would smoke pretty much every day.
Okay. And did it ever bring you any issues in either your personal, professional, or relationships?
It did impact a little bit of relationship with my husband and my kids ultimately. Then,
Okay. Can you talk to me a little bit about your relationship with your husband?
so we previously or recently just got divorced. We went through the whole legal process, and I have custody of my two kids now. So he's not in the picture anymore. It's just me and my two kids.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope that it's for a positive reason and that you feel that you are doing better now. It's definitely hard being a single mom. How had that been for you?
It's taken a toll on my kids. I can feel them a little bit more distant. His absence is shown through their emotions, and I can just feel them kind of distancing themselves from me.
Okay. Do you feel like that's affecting your relationship with your kids?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do you have any other support system besides your ex-husband and then the kids?
Their grandparents used to be in their life. My parents as well. We don't talk as often anymore, just due to some disagreements that we had on religious beliefs. But I haven't talked to them in quite some time, so they're not in the life anymore.
Are you connected with any community partners, any services outside of our agency?
Outside of the agency, no. I would like to connect a little bit more into the community, but or into church. I just haven't had the courage to go back into or wanting to go into church solely based because of our disagreement that I had with my parents.
Okay. And I'm glad to hear that you're open to services. And connection is a pretty big deal in everybody's lives. And so I want to make sure that that's maybe something that we can work on. But I do just want to explore your religion a little bit more. So you said that you did have a religion before. Would you mind sharing what that was?
Yes. Growing up, my parents raised me as a Catholic. We were pretty religious. Sunday, we were always at church. So I grew up Catholic, very religious, my parents and I. But like I had mentioned, we had some differences in our beliefs that didn't fall into theirs. So we just kind of separated our own way.
Okay. And I heard you say that you were interested in getting back into your religion. Have you taken any initiative to engage in your religion at all?
I have not. I feel like right now is not the time for that. I solely want to focus on myself and bettering myself for me and my family.
Okay. And that's great that you're open to exploring that and that you're able to recognize that maybe taking that on right now is probably not the best. But please let me know when you are ready for that. And I'm definitely open to helping you explore that and what that's going to look like, and maybe even connecting you with some possible resources for that. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your ex-husband? You said that you guys had some custody arrangements. So does that mean that you had to go through the legal process, or are you still in that currently?
So we already went through the legal process. I have full custody, and that's done with my husband. He's not in the picture anymore.
Okay, so he doesn't provide any support for you.
No, no
Okay.
support.
Do you feel fearful of him, or what's your relationship like with him?
Um, Given our issues before, I feel like we did end up in a rocky situations. It's not that I feel fearful. It's just it's not a situation that I would put myself back into.
Okay. And your kids also feel the same way, or have they expressed to you anything different?
The express difference, it does impact their life a lot to have their dad gone. But I feel like if he were to come back, it would help them, uh, help them a bit.
And are your kids school aged or?
Yes, they're school age.
Okay. And so are you comfortable with the education that and physical health and social skills that they currently have as well?
I would say they're doing pretty good given the circumstances.
Okay. And what about your education? Do you go to school? Do you have any background education?
I do. I have some background education. I have my associate's degree. I wanted to go to college for a little bit more, but life had other choices.
Okay. Well, that's amazing. That's awesome that you are in this really highly capable role. And I know that you said that it brings you some stress, but not everybody can do that. And you're also a single mom. So you're definitely taking on a lot right now at this time. I would like to plan for maybe some goals and some things that we can do. I'm hearing maybe a little bit of anxiety at the moment because of everything going on. So maybe we can definitely work and create a case plan for that. I know that today's our first session, but moving forward, I would like to explore additional options or stuff that we can look into. Are you comfortable with that?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Isabel, and I can walk you up to the front.